Greetings. I'm back. And I need to turn on the camera. There we are. I'm back at home base, Atlanta, Georgia. How's everybody doing? Just a quick live stream. This is live, not pre-recorded. It is November 3rd at 12:02 Eastern. And in the United States, November 3rd is a big day. And I don't get into politics on this channel. That was never the intent of this channel, and I'm not going to start now. But it's a big day. The United States today selects its ongoing or next president for the next 4 years. And so this is everything in this country. It's any channel you tune to, a lot of YouTube channels, radio, satellite, you name it. The talk today is US politics, at least here in this country. So, yeah, a pretty exciting day, and I'm big time into it. You know, I'm not, again, getting into the who's and what's. My close friends know what who I voted for. I've already voted, and but this is my Super Bowl. This is my WrestleMania. I'm not a sports guy. I am a wrestling guy. We'll have to talk about wrestling on an upcoming broadcast. Been a wrestling fan for years. It's a sickness, really, since the 80s. When in Atlanta, they used to have a program called Pro Wrestling. Oh, it was on WATL Channel 36, hosted by Joe Pedicino and Bonnie Blackstone. I think it was called Superstars of Wrestling. And it was like an 8-hour block. And anyway, it's a sickness, and I realize that. So knowing is half the battle. There is a little bit of news that's not political, and I thought I'd give you a quick update on things going on with the channel this week. I probably will make a few videos today. I've got to go out and get some things done, but if not today, for sure, I will make some videos tomorrow to post on the channel in the coming days. And we're also doing a live stream this Thursday. So if you happen to be around at 8 p.m. Eastern time this Thursday, what day is that? Today's the 3rd. So November 5th, Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And I'll have a guest panel in which we will be discussing Season 2, Episode 1 of The Mandalorian. I'll give you all of my thoughts. I'll bring in some guest panelists who will give their thoughts. And I don't think we all agree. I think there's a little bit of conflict going on here. But I can't wait to talk about it. And for those of you that joined me on my live stream last Thursday, Silver, I believe, will be back. I've got scheduled at this time Patriot Prime from Patriot Prime Reviews. And a few other people. Again, subject to change. Things, again, in the United States now, things are insane. So, you know, availability could change. And, you know, we may have a no-show here or there, or we may have some other surprise guests pop in. But I do want to talk about The Mandalorian and what it means in 2020 to have a television show in the sci-fi genre that is not over the head. This is a platform, we're going to get political, and it's hard to find. It's hard to find a TV show in which half the country or half the world is alienated. And so far, Season 2, Episode 1, The Mandalorian has stayed neutral, true to the Star Wars story. Wasn't perfect. Again, I'll give you all of my thoughts this Thursday. While we're here, I thought we might talk about some news as well in the sci-fi genre. Let me share my screen and add that and click. There we go. There's some things that are going on. And let's get some articles clicked up here. I've been making fun of Star Wars, The Let's Get High Republic, this upcoming set of books and novels and magazines, and maybe even this bleeds into TV and movies. But as non-political as The Mandalorian is, the Let's Get High Republic is nothing but, seemingly, and full of just what I think is a colossal bag of bad decisions. We do have some new character art, and, you know, I've been pretty hard on this. Please don't clip that out. This is a creature concept art. This is called the Drenger. And supposedly this is one of the creatures that the Jedi fear the most. To me, it looks like a plant. So yeah, just some kind of Venus flytrap or a plant that catches flies. So if you are armed with a lightsaber and something's coming at you that's just got tentacles, well, what do you do? Well, I'll tell you what you do. You take your lightsaber and you slice through the tentacles and it's game over. It's just that simple. So I don't know what there is to fear here. We also have some baddies directly out of Mad Max, looks like, which is terrible. Terrible. I don't dig this at all. This looks like maybe remember the toy line and TV show Mask, M-A-S-K, Mobile Armored Strike Command. I think that's what it stood for. This looks like the guy that drove that orange bad vehicle, put on a mask, and he looked like he was something out of Mad Max. Anyway, not very original to me. And then you've got the Fallout baddies. These people come from Fallout. And you have the bad guy from Toy Story. That is all coming up in your Star Wars Let's Get High Republic. Not a fan of any of this, and I really hope that Lucasfilm can step up to the plate and do something about this and actually move forward, maybe with the Mandalorian universe. There is some rumor that we're going to get some split-offs and perhaps a series starring the Marshal, perhaps a series starring Ahsoka Tano, Ezra Bridger, or maybe a whole set of series that might come together in a theatrical release or now direct to whatever, since the theaters are closed. But I think that's where Star Wars could head, and that would be fantastic. The Let's Get High Republic is not fantastic at all. So that's all just, of course, my opinion. Everything on this channel is simply my opinion. Just relax. Let's see what else we've got going on. We have, just kind of the same old, same old. What I like to do is I like to click on the entertainment portion of my RSS reader. Who uses RSS readers? I still do. And I pull things up that I think would be interesting to talk about. Let's see, Sean Connery. He held Disney to some money. Yeah, a lot of Sean Connery stories. I really haven't talked about that yet, but I am a big, big James Bond fan. Always have been. Now, I've not made a secret of my age. I'm 46 years old. And when I was growing up, my era of Bond that I remember as a young kid watching James Bond films was Roger Moore. And even that being said, as much as Roger Moore pulls at every nostalgia string that I have, there's no denying that Sean Connery was the James Bond, right? If you talk, hey, when you think of James Bond, give me a name. It's Sean Connery. He was the best. He really was great. Again, I love Roger Moore. I think he was fantastic as James Bond. Fit that 70s, late 70s, 80s era of Bond, a little bit of cheese and humor and still kind of a badass. But Roger Moore, has even admitted before he passed away that he always thought of Connery as the definitive James Bond. And I would agree with that. Borat, who cares? What else is going on? I'm so bored with Borat. I don't know. Maybe there's some funny stuff there. I haven't seen the new movie. I guess I need to. Harrison Ford talks Sean Connery. Everybody's talking Sean Connery, which is cool. I don't have an issue with that whatsoever. So to me, there's just not a lot going on. Again, The Mandalorian debuted on Disney Plus, and I thought it was, well, we did say that I'd say that. We'll hold that until this coming Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. as as we talk The Mandalorian with a live panel. So 8 p.m. Eastern this Thursday. I'm also hearing some things about Doctor Who. You can see this giant thing behind me. I have been a lifelong Doctor Who fan up until very recently, when they committed tragic sins against the franchise when they rewrote over 50 years of history with Doctor Who. Not crazy about that at all. And I'm not talking about the Doctor being a woman, although I've given you my thoughts on that. But when you go back and you change fundamentally who the character is, where they were born, what planet they came from, their role with the Time Lords, even the species, yeah, that's not good. You've completely taken a franchise that was, I think, as important to people as Star Wars, as Star Trek, as these franchises that people have lifelong passion for, and just in the process of 10 minutes completely ruined it. So anyway, Doctor Who news, I'm definitely hearing some rumors that the BBC is under a lot of pressure, not because they're not happy with how they've ruined the canon of the Doctor, but how the ratings have tanked. And money talks. Listen, if you don't, we talk about voting and how, important voting is here in this country, and how important it is for your voice to be heard. In Hollywood and in the BBC in Europe, in these giant entertainment companies, your voice doesn't matter. They don't give a shit what you think. What matters is what you do with your wallet. And if you stop watching, and if advertisers stop getting paid, and if the funding gets reduced to these mega companies that try to shovel us this crap because they want to please a very, very vocal minority, then what happens is they're forced to change. So I don't know whether or not they try to retcon what's been done. There's talk of bringing in former doctors. I've even heard one rumor that a former doctor will be reprising the role on a more permanent basis. And if you think about it, Tom Baker's character in the anniversary special that they did a few years ago actually said that you will maybe even revisit a few of us in the future. And I think that that could be poised to happen. So we'll see. This could be a whole lot of talk about nothing. Again, a lot of times what companies try and do when they're in financial trouble is they will put feelers out. They'll say, hey, we're going to do this thing. Let's see if people bite, if they're interested. And I think maybe some of that's going on right now. I think it may be too late, but we'll see. Doctor Who to England, is very much just a part of their culture. And you can't take something like that and throw it away and alienate over 50 years of fandom. You just can't do it. You can bring on new fans and also not throw away fans that have financially supported the television shows and the merchandise. All right, there's not much merchandise being sold right now, by the way. The Magsters and the action figures, they want this money back. So we'll see what happens. A lot of interesting things perhaps to come. Anyway, that's about all that I have going on today. Again, I've got to run out and get some things done. I'm off of my main job for the next 2 days. So this is all Election Central. Later on tonight, I'm going to have 6 laptops open and an iPad and 2 TVs, and it's going to be Election Central right here at the No Wheat Geek headquarters. But again, I will try to get a few videos filmed. I'm hoping some news pops up. Again, I don't expect there to be a lot of entertainment news this week because of the election. And again, I pushed this a few times. This Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern, live stream with panel as we go over The Mandalorian and we talk about the first season. We review season 2, episode 1. And episode 2, it will not have aired at that time, but we can talk about what we want to see in episode 2 and see how close we are. I do try to live stream every other Thursday and occasional little pop-up surprises like this. So anyway, I hope you all have a great day wherever you are in the world. If you're not in the United States, enjoy a peaceful day. If you are in the US, also enjoy a peaceful day. Listen, there's no need for businesses to have to cower in fear and board up their windows with plywood for fear of damage after the election results are in. The country will go on no matter what happens, no matter who wins. The country will go on. Your voices will continue to be heard and continue just to do the best that you can in your own communities. And we'll make this whole world a better place. Anyway, that's all for me or from me today. Have a great rest of the day, and we will talk to you again, hopefully very soon. Now I have to find the button. That's always the hardest thing to do. See ya.
This vehicle is leaving the station. Please hold on. Please move to the center of the vehicle and away from the doors.